All right, we're live. We are live yet again with yet again another loss. A terrible loss, honestly, in my opinion. A god-awful loss. A loss that was avoidable, to say the least. Like, you don't have to lose that bad. I think that was a winnable game if you just played well. But no, you stuck to your game plan of shooting threes constantly shooting threes that just continued to miss and miss and miss. There's no... Let me look up the final numbers because I don't even know what they were. I don't even know what they were. Last time I checked, they were 4 of 32 from 3. 4 of 32 from 3, and that's definitely ain't good. It definitely ain't good. Maddie, how's it going? Swangy's coming in with 2 thumbs downs. I mean, yeah, if you had 3 hands, it would be 3 thumbs down. 4 hands, 4 thumbs down. As many hands as you have, as a person can have. Let's get those thumbs down because that was just a shit game. Parker Brandon 17 says, didn't get to watch the game. Can you tell me what happened? I'll sum it up. The Celtics got spanked. LaMarcus Aldridge went off. The Celtics shot. I'm pulling it up right now. 7 of 35 from 3, and that was with a couple late ones in garbage time. So it shouldn't even be. It really wasn't. At one point, it was 4 of 32, and they kept shooting. Ugh. Michael David saying, you thought last night's game was bad. Yeah, how about that? The Celtics blow a huge lead, and then they come in here and absolutely get spanked around. They had zero answer for LaMarcus Aldridge. How do you make the conscious effort to go and absolutely double team him, bringing guys from the opposite side of the court and everything like that, and yet he still can drop 48 on you? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. This is such, like, that game right there that I just watched, that you just watched, that we all just watched, that is so different from what we thought the Celtics were going to be. It's crazy. Michael's also saying the defense just left guys wide open. Yeah, the defense just, I mean, it's so hard to say, like, yeah, that was bad. No, everything was just bad. Everything was bad. The Celtics' leading scorer was, who was it? Marcus Smart with 14 points. 14. First off, I should never say this. I love Marcus Smart, but I should never have to say the Celtics' leading scorer was Marcus Smart. That's the first red flag. The second red flag is that he only had 14 points and he was the leading scorer. I don't care who that is. That could be Kyrie Irving as the leading scorer with 14 points. That ain't it, man. That's not going to win you games. Ugh, crazy. For the first half, the bench only had 8 points and 1 field goal made. What are we doing out there? What are we doing? 7 Rings says the season's over. I mean, I'm not going to jump that far, but I'm also going to say I'm not going to knock you thinking that. Like, it's in terms of what we had expected. In terms of what we had expected, this season, we're not getting to what we thought, right? Like, that's not happening. That said, you still got to take each game with a grain of salt and hope they can do something. You know what I mean? Like, don't say the season's over. I'm trying to I got my back against the wall. I'm just trying to defend it. I think you might be right, though. I don't know. Parker Brandon says, how is Kyrie's shooting efficiency? Kyrie is 5 of 17. He had 11 points, 12 assists, though. 12 assists. So, good for him. He was passing the ball well, but Kyrie, I'm not going to necessarily knock tonight. If you didn't watch the game like you didn't, Kyrie's fingernail peeled off like early on in the game, and they even showed a close-up of it. Like, half of his nail was just gone. It was bleeding. He had to go to the locker room, so we have to hold off on the Kyrie hate tonight because I quiver when I think about that. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. So we can't say Kyrie was the reason we lost tonight because the Celtics just did, like, they missed so many shots. That's why they lost tonight, right? Like, that's the reason they lost, not Kyrie Irving shooting 5 of 17. Like, everybody missed. Gordon Hayward could have gone off. Marcus Morris could have had more points. Like, 3-point shooting killed them. They had 7 threes, and they shot 35. Greg says this team lets one guy go for 30 plus every game. It's so weird. I don't understand it. Jamal Murray, Kemba Walker went off in that comeback. I mean, everybody. It's like the star of the team doesn't even necessarily have to be the star, but you're right. One guy will always just go off. They'll let a guy go for 30, and that puts you in a pretty big hole. But they don't seem to change anything. Excuse me. Let's see what we got here. It's Swangy says the major issues with this team, and they won't be fixed unless personnel is changed. Yeah, I don't think they can run this team out next year. Now, they probably won't, just because a lot of money factors are at play. Guys are up on their contracts, stuff like that. So it's not going to be the same team. But you can't have the same team next year, right? Like, you can't have somehow just have the same team next year. Like, they might be a little bit better, but they're still, like, we're not early in the year anymore, guys. What's your excuse for this team not meshing? Oh, give them time. Come on. They should be at least playing better. I'm not saying they should be championship ready now compared to last year and how Kyrie gets thrown in, Gordon Hayward gets thrown in. I'm not saying they should be championship ready whatsoever. I mean, I thought they were going to be. You probably thought they were going to be. But sure. Fine. You want to take it like that. They're not supposed to be championship ready. Well, they should be winning games. They shouldn't be blowing, 18-point leads against the Hornets, right? They shouldn't have Kyrie Irving calling out Brad Stevens about his, we should have trapped him. Like, that shouldn't happen for a team that likes each other, that plays well with each other. Let's see. Okay says, does Brad take this loss? 2 bad games in a row. I think a lot. I mean, this season's starting to just flip on Brad to me. Like, I'm starting to just get sour on him. I think he needs to start feeling the pressure. I'm not calling for his head. I know a lot of people want Brad Stevens fired. I'm not there yet. Like, there's just no one else. There's no better option for me out there, right? Like, maybe if there was a better option, I'd be like, yeah, fine, let's change it up. No better option in my mind. But I do want him to feel the hot seat, right? I want him to feel the pressure. Like, right now, he's sitting there thinking, I've got 20 years as a coach here, and I'm going to sit back and be the best coach. Not saying he's definitely thinking that, but that's what I just get from looking at him, stuff like that. He thinks he's this, and he is. He knows he's this young brainiac coach. That just doesn't fly with me. You got to do a little bit more. You got to command the locker room. Let's see what else we got. Bartleby says, what's up with the defense these past few games? What's up with the defense this year? They've had a few good defensive games. I'll grant them that. But this is nothing like a Celtics defense we've seen in the past. Or just like constant effort. It's like an effort thing. Like, the defense starts with effort, right? Like, everyone knows that. You're not going to play good defense by not trying. And they can't even do that, though. So it's all an effort thing, because I do think that their defensive scheming and stuff, that's probably good. Like, Brad probably has that locked down, but no one's buying into it. So how good is that, right? How good is that? Shamar Davis says, why are we running offense through Jaylen Brown and Rozier with Hayward on the court? I'm not going to say that they're planning that. I don't think they're planning on that. I think that everyone's very selfish on this team. And whoever has the ball is thinking, I got to get mine. It's like the last thing they want to do. They'll do it. They will pass it. The last thing they want to do is pass it, though. Terry Rozier, Jaylen Brown, anyone, Jason Tatum, get Kyrie Irving. I guess this isn't a good example because he had 12 assists. But any of these guys, Marcus Morris especially, they get the ball. They understand that they might have to pass it. But the last thing they're looking to do, the last thing anyone on this team is looking to do is pass the rock. Prove me otherwise. Look at this. Look at how they're playing. And even these high assist nights, well, guess what? That's when they've won games. Go back and look at them. It's crazy. Jay Caesar's chiming in. He's on the Brad Stevens has to go ASAP train. And I know a decent amount of you are. In fact, Tommy, who's in here a lot, Tommy's been on that for a long time. Get rid of Brad Stevens. Again, I'm not there just because I don't know who you'd replace him with. Like, that's the only reason. That's almost like fully agreeing with you, right? Like, there's nothing about Brad right now that makes me want to keep him over somebody, except for the fact that that's somebody. I have no idea who it would be. And if he could still develop, like, I think I wrote an article about it on GuyBostonSports.com probably a month ago or so. And I was saying, like, Brad will probably develop, like, he will develop into a team leader, but he's not there yet. So it comes down to how much someone wants change. Like, are you willing to take a worse coach just to switch it up? You know what I mean? Like, is that something you're willing to do? And if that's the case, then okay, you do have a point, right? Like, then you can totally just say, yeah, I understand they might get a worse guy, but I want change, which is fair, which actually it makes sense to me. I'm not there yet. Like I said, I'm not there yet. However, I could get there. My thing, like I told you, Jay, on Twitter, I want him to start feeling the pressure. I don't want him to think he's the Celtics coach for the future. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. It just, yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Michael saying Celtics lost and Gronk retired. What a shit night. You could say that again. Jay Caesar says his game plan of shooting and drawing and not drawing cuts to the rim and out athleticism is mind blowing. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to get upset about how much the Celtics are shooting, as I am, you know who that starts with, right? It's always been like that. People complained about this 2 years ago. People complained about this longer than that. Brad Stevens loves almost like a quantity over quality with the three ball. He does it for, I guess, the effect of, I don't know, trying to be like a 3-point shooting team. But we talked about it in the last stream, guys. There's just zero shooter on this team. Who's the shooter on this team? The best shooter is probably Kyrie Irving, but he's not a shooter, right? Kyrie Irving's not a shooter. He's just a good shooter. But they don't have a shooter. So how and where does this game plan come about that, hey, we are at one point, like I said, the worst that I hated it at was at 4 of 32 from 3. Where the hell does that come into play? Like, okay, let's stick with that, right? Yeah. All right, 4 of 32. Keep shooting, guys. Don't even sniff the paint. Keep shooting. Crazy. Let's see. Maddie says, no, time's up. Excuses aren't cutting it anymore. Yeah. No excuses can be said anymore. You can't say the oh, it's still early or anything like that. No, you can't. I mean, you literally can't. It's so late in the season. Let's see. Jay Caesar said this team had no leadership, no identity. Brad might not be the man for the job, and Kyrie just looked checked out today. Like I said, I'm not going down the Kyrie shitting on Kyrie shitting. I'm not going down the Kyrie train today just because he lost his fingernail during that game. Gross. Like if you saw those videos, it was disgusting. Yeah, LaMarcus's 40-point night, 48-point night, almost a 50-point night was too easy. It was the easiest. I mean, you would look at that and just be like, that was a shoot-around from LaMarcus Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge just practiced basketball. LaMarcus Aldridge just got better at basketball tonight. He didn't play a basketball game. He was just shooting around. Let's see. Okay says this team doesn't seem to be as tough in years past. Yeah, I mean, totally. Not even as tough years past. I think this team almost has zero toughness. And they should. Like, Aaron Baines, Marcus Smart, Marcus Morris, these are tough guys, but, like, there's no sort of team toughness. Really. I mean, there's no toughness on this team. Let's see. We'll scroll down to some of these comments. Again, guys, my streaming here is so messed up that I'm still having to watch my own stream on my phone and with the small text. So if there's any issue in me not getting your comments or anything like that, it's because I can't see them, they go away at a certain amount of time on here, and or it's delayed. Like I have to watch my own stream and it's not live real time. It's a couple, maybe half minute behind, so it's a little tough. Sixers fans checking in. Michael Wad says, Sixers fan here. Just want to let you know that we have the 3rd seed. Well, that's nice. We still own your ass. We do. And I say that with all play. You guys got the game last, but I mean, I'm still not. I went off on this on Twitter. Sixers fans had all right to be happy about your last win there. You did. You won a close, good game. Nice. But let's not go around celebrating like you won the NBA championship right there. The playoffs are a whole new season. Anyone can admit that. That's fair. And, I mean, it's tough to celebrate just being like, oh, we just beat the Celtics. Nice. 3-1 in the series in the season, and the Celtics have had a shit season. So as much as you want to go down the road of what seed you have, it paints a picture that you've lost to a bad Celtics team then. So it kind of goes back and forth. If you want to shit on the Celtics, you lost them 3 times this year. Just saying. First round looking like it's against the Pacers, and it isn't going to be easy. It's not. Somehow that team has just not missed a step without Oladipo. Jay Caesar says he has a feeling Kyrie doesn't like Brad too much. I don't think that there's too much liking of everyone. Now, I don't think, this is just my theory, I don't think that this team hates each other, but I don't think they like each other. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's kind of confusing, but I think that there's a lot of sort of just like they do their own things. They probably don't hang out that much off the court. Like, but I don't think they hate each other. But you need like friendships on a team, which I don't think I think there's a lack thereof of this. Adam says, despite not having Al and Tatum tonight, there were no excuses for allowing such easy. Yeah, right. Like there's no excuses for this game. Kyrie's finger, Tatum's out, Al Horford's out. Give me a break. You still let a guy just down low drop 48 on you. You're gonna say that all those guys out, Kyrie's finger hurt. That's your excuse. Like, oh boy, like your finger hurt. Nice. So LaMarcus Aldridge gets slated in for 38 points. Bullshit. Totally no excuses. I agree with you, Adam. Michael Wadsy's sticking to it. We have the 3rd seed. Michael? I cannot argue that. If you're gonna say that, then like that's unarguable. Fair. I mean, none of us Celtics fans in here can argue with that. I'll give it to you. What you want me to lie and be like, oh, like no, you don't have the 3rd seed. Doesn't make sense. No. But how would you feel? Asking me now, how would you feel if you guys lose Irving and Horford? Okay. Like I wrote an article on GuyBostonSports.com a while ago. If the Celtics do lose Kyrie Irving, I think I'd just be okay with it. Like, yeah, they'll be worse maybe next year, the year after, but I'm okay with the change. I don't want a guy that's like fully not fully bought in. So, okay, that's the word I'm using. You know what I mean? Like, if he walks, then fine. And one thing they're not talking about is the Celtics are half of that deal. They want to choose to sign Kyrie too. Everyone's like, oh, is Kyrie gonna leave? What if the Celtics just don't want to sign him? Now I'm sure they probably do. But no one's given that a thought. Let's see. We'll get to some of these comments. I gotta scroll all the way down here. Let's see. Here we go. Adam says, Evan, what do you propose they do as some good team building exercises? I don't know. Maybe they should. I don't know. Maybe they should have like a foosball tournament or something like that. That's what they should do. Or I have it. I know what they can use. I know what this team building, they need to do an escape room. That everything, boom. This season gets back on track if the Celtics sign up for an escape room together and they figure it out as a team and they get out of there. Escape room, boom, book it. That's how this team turns it around. An escape room. I'm a genius. Let's see. Yeah, Al Horford might be hurt. He's been playing. He's slowed down too much for him to just be like, he's getting up there in age. No, I kind of think that he could be hurt. He could be banged up. But again, like I don't think that that's a reason. Like I don't think that that's a legit concern of like, oh, that's why. You know what I mean? Like that. It's such a cop out. I hate that. Like people were shitting on Terry Rozier earlier. It's such a cop out to be like, oh, like Al Horford's banged up. That's why the Celtics suck. Bullshit. Just do something else. Play better. Go to an escape room. Bond. Jay Caesar says his eyes hurt watching the games. I mean, I got a headache watching that game, not even kidding. So I can't deny that. You're right. I'm with you there. Totally with you there. But the playoffs are, like you also say, they're different. We can get to the playoffs and maybe click. You know what I mean? Like that's a brief period of time that what if the Celtics just play good basketball? We'll see what it is. I don't expect it. I really don't expect it. But I wouldn't say it's not possible. Maddie says that she's done escape rooms. They're so much fun, and I bet you bonded with whoever you were with. I think I'm onto something here. Adam's saying that Jay Caesar's got that super fan flame next to his name, and people go after him. Jay Caesar, Adam's saying that you need glasses. That's what'll probably hurt your eyes or fix your eyes. But yeah, guys, there's not much that we can keep talking about that hasn't been said. You know what I mean? It's like these streams are the way the Celtics team has been playing. These streams are borderline repetitive. It's always like, should have won that one. That's your leading scorer. That's the defense you played. It's tough. Maybe I'm jinxing them. I mean, I'm not gonna let them ruin me doing this. So screw you, Celtics. If you're thinking that I'm the reason you guys are sucking, I just came up with your fix. Escape room. I just came up with your fix. Go do it. It's Swangy. He says Brad doesn't know what to do with the group of players. Yeah, I think so too. I think he's keeps trying to tinker and tamper. It's like, no, like one, he kind of messed up the whole season when he started Smart and Morris. Everyone thought, it was great, which it was. They went on an 8-game win streak. They're still the starters right now. How does that get the team better? Jaylen Brown and Hayward should be starting if this team's going to get good. You're losing anyways. Why not throw in who's supposed to be starting and let them bond together? It's crazy. Adam says Greg Monroe needs to start the next game. I'd love it. I loved the Moose last year. Even though he didn't do much, I told everyone I know that he's going to be good. He stunk. But played pretty well tonight. G-Face says we blow. Couldn't agree more right now. Okay says the past month has been the same stream over and over again. Yeah, I mean, I can't deny that, but it's not my fault. I react to what happens at that Celtics game, right? And you say no offense, you still enjoy the streams. Well, thank you. Gregory says the Celtics should have gone after Jimmer. I would have loved that. I've loved Jimmer for a while, even though he went over to play in Shanghai. But again, no shooter on this team. All right, guys, let's wrap this up. A few last minute questions here. We'll wrap it up. And hopefully when the Celtics play, let me look up their next game. If one of you guys can beat me to it, feel free to shout out who they're playing next. I beat you. Cavs 326. So that's in 2 days, right? Tuesday, I believe. Good math, Evan. That should be a win. In fact, I'm guaranteeing the win. 3-0 this year in guarantees. Now, this isn't a tough guarantee. I'm not trying to brag here, but that should be a win. I'm doing another on-stream guarantee. Hopefully I go 4-0. These hands are undefeated. All right. G-Face says simple solution to all this Boston pain is just to watch the Bruins. I've watched a lot of Bruins games this year, and you know what? I might agree with you. All right, guys, we're gonna close shop for tonight. Thank you for tuning in. If you aren't following me on Twitter, you probably are, but make sure you follow me, FGuyBoston, and follow me on Periscope. That's how you can become a super fan. I know you can chat and everything like that without having Periscope, but I can see your comments and everything like that way clearer. And obviously, they just show up with the heart, the flame next to the names. So if you aren't doing that, make sure to do that. And yeah, smash the hearts. You guys are great with that. Past few streams have been killing it with the amount of hearts. So thank you guys. And hopefully we tune in for a win next stream. Hopefully. I've been saying that for a while now. Don't think that's working. Okay says he became a super fan this week, and there's no better feeling, right? Okay? No better feeling in the world. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully we get a win. Hopefully we get a win against Cav, because I guaranteed it.